Thank you. Welcome to the Lifeline. Lifeline it is. This is Sylvester, Kwasi Bekoe on the very special hot seat. As you would love to know what we say is hot seat, we're going to also do it on areas where one original the way to receive prophetic. How is this? To know where you need to well and the changing in voices and have the hell of happening and all of that is the one with the language. That's angel. There's no other person you want to say is angel when you call them on candle or call them on a medium that I have not appeared with myself. So the first of them have been all my own another before cattle we are from the world of whatever I think distance is just right from here to that place. Look at the miracles and look at the life. This is water, right? Who would name it water? You don't know about what is on this is heaven or heavenly dew. If I had that's what I said. It must have seen us. We are in the scripture or religion that you have attributed to be the higher of a work of somebody. We have never known it. I have never spoken to who you want to say is in the past as all the names I gave or to our listening ear because you are not a creator for you don't even know what you're saying. But after us, when we say any word, we are looking at what it is. If it doesn't fit, I'll say it is not right to do this now or later will be needed or with what now and go out there, watch the cloud activities. The best of what is the cloud. Even with surprises, when yesterday we have made a wall in our house, it rained all night long, almost all night long. Where they don't understand, where we make our wall, the kind of wall in the house that we used to make, which will not be now what you are saying. And this was a big like human Sylvester. See vertically no yeah, me call me 20 before. Inte happening. Yo me call be believe en bo ato. Ya na believe me ato ko no boy mu jia ma. Na believe for our kid to the yo Nanu. So listeners and viewers, you see this is where we are creating life. I didn't have to force myself to say what somebody and that somebody. No, I prove what I am because the time the show I am what the angels physically like this. You only see them in their spirit or maybe in your meditation or you will say we are talking to you. As and when the flight concerns what not. But we are telling you we have physical flesh. Who the Lord said we have when it's very you have a pretty different but you have a domain and the one and the one thing that the best you have so that on channel prayer you know they are the and last EWS as where the southern part is, as where our east, which is mountainside, and then the other mountain following to the level to the west, and the waters of it. How we get it? So when we are saying, we are the ones saying reality. So let's see. That's why we call them. I am the Lord, and I'm saying I call to flesh. So those who have not called it to flesh, they have no flesh. And then, listen in the background, they are talking of chair, plastic chair. Or otherwise. Do you see it happen like? Did I sit here and tell her open radio or 10 or something? But I've mentioned caption is what? Engineering. Your engineering. How's that happening right now live? Did somebody that I have said it here. We have not had any mobile phone call, but the Lord have shown it. Technology, engineering. So when or whilst I'm on the live with my, let's say, television, then so you saw me as a title, caption, and the first one we were doing has gone with the light out, and then the light in the form, I've had to go do something else. When I return, or when I get my on and off command, light came again. On the live, you saw it. That's why I have to display it also. So that if I carry any good or anything and give, is it not a creation that you are before yourself watching? And I told you, angels. And angels are the one doing it. Same person named Dew. And the word dew is also what? As D-U-E, which is what you have to what? Say is near or is brought to or forward or in time. That is for that's the level. And I said they should show their flesh. And the ones I say they should show flesh, if they claim it, it is my own self that they are showing, and my like my roses. For you to know that she's the one who birthed this one, but I'm the one who so he so if you come to fail the generation like this, you have no place than what you've done now, which will not end you anywhere. I'm not the one somebody is instructing us. How can we get two witnesses on the screen? When she drink, did you not see it led her straight to do what? So who give drink? And leave the technology. Then what who are that you need to go and bring or return to another form in the generation? We don't have to use anybody's name. I don't know them because I don't see them. And because they are not the one it is spoken of or written of, that's why I don't see them. But you are seeing them. That's why you are the one they are deceiving. Why them or the child? Life on the child. So you cannot preach him and know him, because he has not given you to preach anything about himself. He did what you claim you are doing on his behalf. You have left up your starbirth purpose with the Creator undone, and you are dealing with somebody who has finished his work already, which you are how you take radio. You are looking at as radio, and to a certain level that you hope that you can see or you can perceive the one talking. Then they did it this time. At least you got a photo, and it's how you saw the photo. Then why is the person is there? So you get the Spirit do is because I'm not the one who is guiding you in all that you probably doing. However, the Spirit is available that you are abusing it because you are getting misinterpretation, misinformed, and without Spirit. So when you somebody who you don't know, you have done a portion nobody is here to know, and nobody know. But that you would have your reward with who you have believed, you have worked for according to the law. So and herself here, and the self that was shown also on the life, we become what? 4. However, being 4 is what? Our own self. What we are in heaven, that is what we are on earth. I thought making a way obey the claim. That you may serve or give to what they may need. Not that they just want you to know. That's what I'm saying. Your level is what is communicating your understanding or whatever. However, it is a complete somebody that is doing the work. Do you get it? Somebody. Understand where you meet with understand. I have an honor from the level you cannot compete with anyone from any university. Why? You can't prove what you've gone to study in the heavenly realms as you claim. You can say, when I build a mansion, then your university, but what is a job vacancy? Now, I would have told you, I just say a procurement officer. Is that person probably or they build a place of work, or they have only built a place you go and pay to earn probably at probability you learn to earn and you get work to do when there's somebody who have also built. Yet that is not the vision of the school. Out of the school, they are only teaching as a claim purpose whether you do well or not. They have nothing to lose when it comes to what? their salary base. Probably that's why some of them will also not be serious to understanding doing it in the name of the Lord and getting what? Profit for doing this according to the word of the Lord as the instruction is. So nobody inside myself that you can say, you are the one I'm speaking out. This is produced in from myself, not your enemy. Because water, and this is where they show you a Samaritan woman, all that bear witness to the Lord, and who they claim is the original copy for the scripture. They are the one in the flesh doing it, because they will go before what will be dealt with. Or that in my absence, you probably think I will have come to what, teach where I'm working now. Like 3 days ago, before we get there, the rising will tell you. Those who rise up so that you don't just fake it. Who's built here, then you work there. Why do you think you deserve a place like this to work? Or a place that should be a mansion you can boast of? That you think paper note should be the reason you earn it. I don't think you are really in the course understanding, even in the belief and claim of anybody you claim is a creator. Then the creator will come and prove it. Flesh and spirit agreed to become human being before you can say it. So when you are saying he did, they said prove it. Because they told you when Johann mentioned his name for something, but that particular day that marked him, that he named a person that was in their vision and word and law, he had seen him. He saw him. He had given him the baptism. So after that, the baptism will be that pouring water on you and bath, we eat it. We eat these things. So that it will work best what we have to be. Do you agree? Hearing that I'm not talking my enemy, so that my enemy can be as whatever, so we say myself. So, a moment, let's go for a break. This or kill it, it went back to you or went in front of you or went ahead of you. So it went ahead of most of you, and you have lost it completely. Why you can't say you and I physically, you can sit with us and say any word. When I went there, I've changed. You look at how bold is this. As it appears on the screen, when we came after the little transformation, I've asked the question, and over the views the questions came up like that. And before I ask question, I'm looking at it first, what they are, before I question it. And that I have to decode it after doing it. So I don't think I have anywhere they say you are a liar, you are this, you claim whatsoever. But did they not tell you, except through him or except in him, you trusted and keeping the law, that you will be welcome to that where he came? Or you think you go to the church and the prophet so this is what? Formal. What they say is formal. Do you know what is formal? Formal angelology. Where did you study this course? To know what we are saying, angelology. You go and study theology. Done this and theology. Done this and theology. Saint this hierarchy. But you don't know also for this angelology. Have you of course instructed? Have you ever persuaded to know what it is? If you haven't done it, why do you think you'll be the one creating? So they told you what? The angelology predate. Do you know what the term predate means? So it is a time that tells what will follow after later. That's the term predate. So it has already been spoken of, yet you don't know anything about it. And you go to church and always say you are giving thanks to him. You don't know anything about it. And the one who have something about it will only come before we know what we should learn about. Why? I have not been given any book that I should read from it. So I told you, anyone who is against the works of the law, which is earning, writing, and reading, whoever is against how to write, that is a person who didn't come from what we are saying is life and life source to teach instruction. Because whatever he has for instruction is reserved in written form and kept until somebody also say, I have studied to know it is written that, it is this, that, it is said that, thou shalt this and that. So this, you don't have angelology. So they are telling simply here, angelology praise modern technology. Predate. So predate. So most of the things you are seeing now, they have already spoken of it. On the mission, they're coming for or on this, what I'm talking about. I don't want to do like rattle and speed. I am not my chest. My head is not lungs. My head is not bag. My head is not dead. Whoever is in myself is myself. Whoever is in myself is not the word self too. But I have to prove what I am. Proving that it is in my hand who I am. So I don't use the word I am, which you want to say is reading text and claiming it's for somebody else. It is written in my hand. This is the I am. So that the third and fourth generation already in the hand, it is showing why angels show their heart, palms, that if you may know and read what is written in. Doing this you thought is your occultic nature of a Freemason, and then you have had knowledge of whom it is written of. The millennium, great time, the 10th generation. You see that writing from the word Lord, there we earn L alone and D right there. So let's get it. So that you have the or. So you have it sound. Then T is on its own. Ra. And then we have T. This word throne, like throne. We have this word is like that. This is how it is. They have named this part also under the axles of a vehicle. This axle, AZ, Azel. So when I sound it, it will be the name of the angel to come from what? The destruction, corruption state. Because, or without healing them before having it, or if in the raw state what you thought it is. That's your mindset and your art or their judgment level. So when I carry the way they are to your level, you're going to face that problem because you said they are like that. And that you know them to be like that as racist. If I told you or before they be called to being themselves. Because if you don't have the real human to take the form of human being, if it's animal that made what you are believing, so they be animal. If it's a dirty person that made it, they will be dirty. But when things have changed in my world and spirit and my flesh, with my consciousness, I know what I've become. The healing we are having initially have changed because I've mentioned them. So time-wise, when you look at what I've done at a time like this, and that's all right. So let's get it to this place. Okay, so in that word, watch carefully. You're going to see what they say craft. Now, so that they tell what the as L is like this, and so does it. You see that it's a wish. What where they wish. He the which also is the same that he was referring to. He the which. So that if they are worshiping in witchcraft, he that they said they are worshiping, he came. And they didn't know him. Now Mitch says he was originally the model biblical patriarch Enoch. You see it. They are referring him to this because of Enoch's encounter with angels and universe and cosmics and all of that. That's what you can say is the reason you cannot differentiate from Azel. And what is Azel? What yet? So he knows the work of Azazel, as he said. How? The forbidden teacher. That in the apocryphal book of Enoch, Azazel and showed women how to work with metals, dyes fabrics, and use jewelry. Wow. And you love it. Now what the work of the there are people who are making somebody dead, worshiping them as the dead issue that they have in their family. That is why you have what? Complications, convulsions, and all of that. So where you have a convulsion, complication, this and that is because somebody is worshiping so he said he met the sovereign. He met he that cast spell and sovereign on people. You see that is a name language right there. So when I'm writing the language, it is saying, and until you know what is right, you never know what I'm saying. See, then this is what let's go look at what is as I'm speaking now, they have caused a problem in somebody's neck here. This side, that's a fish. So somebody is the reason. God and Jesus, they are the reason what? They are making human being fish. That's why the Bible told you they named Jesus with fish. And then they have to say, and then having an animal and having maybe a human being head. That is a spiritual distortion, which is what? Light. That can reveal what they were showing. That was the original or origin for happening in the world. So whatever the Egyptians shown, that was in the reality what is called in your world that you claim, your business, hold something important. However, it is what? The heroic or heroic. This is a hero. Security. Look at it though. It doesn't mean what they are saying here is often by and to yourself. So when it's wrong, then you see why the conflict is not that's all. Then say it where to them. Where to them? Where rightly? Computer in the ear, computer in the heart self. And that is also, if you have it, you come and make it known. That's intentions that may have solved issue. Watch here. So they are talking about the heroic security or IC of this computer. Because like in the third fire, as you have him, so that when you have him, you are dead. He has killed your vision. But when I come, the rain that you say there's no rain, I am making rain every single day. And that's why. So that's why you have the throne. Who is it? Look at the pyramid. So when Yeshua came and they were fighting corruption, was it a good to say you have seen this person in him and also defend users? So he was fighting corruption with the Bible and defending what people. So fighting for the user. That's language. So that's what now people say. Triton, because I know it. Triton is this. What day? Triton like this. And we have it in the language like this. So if he revealed, we will never be look at it. The word or this letter TR have what? The teacher, and then I don't want to say, do you know this person? This one, do you know it? Oh, you saw myself and those when we were talking about it. They are angels that receive of the Lord. Only what the angel the Lord in what is doing of the Lord. Maybe science or technology, where it doesn't play a role to that much level. I'm saying this here. So what I've revealed, you have not seen it. So I'm only saying it now. Let's reveal it. It is let me say it. So long as or the animal, they can call you cat and make cat as animal to be a creator, whereas cat can never create anything in the world as you think it should be. For cat give birth to cat, and even what they eat, unless human being feed it, or that they may also go in on expedition, that probability they will find what they went for. Unlike you human being, where you have to farm, that when you fail to farm, what the cat may eat, you probably may not eat. Then they'll begin to bring you creatures you don't like in the house. Then you will say, if the Lord was the cat, why is the hand? However, they look and feature like the cat as a human being show. Nose, the eye, and then the mouth. They look more different than any other creature. So when you have the knowledge of corruption, you corrupt things. And when you have a knowledge of what? Correction, you correct things. So it is here, right? Watch here. So the Triton is a literal sea generation of a God you are saying. So it's when you say Triton, you are referring to what? Which is the throne All these things are the things we are saying. A literal sea Greek mythology, son of Poseidon, whose names sound very similar. Now you get it from who? The one you were trying to refer to as Metatron. You see that one decoding, you see the part of him that is in water or that walk on water. And the part of him that will be others. So watch it. That prominent angel in what? Jewish mystical word and apocryphal text. That is what I tell you what? He that walk on water. Once you have the element of soul, you will have every word depend or work whatever, and later they get. Now we have what? Also classical illusions. Do you think there's a word illusion? This word is what? Allusion. That's what is here. Or you have what? Allusion. What you think? Then you say, oh, allusion on. So it's allusion on. And what is it? It's on. So allusion on. That's the language. So I'm the only one who understands what I'm saying. And the understanding is what you need that I'm saying. What they are with the spirit as you think. So that when I'm watching somebody, as I'm saying it, I'm watching it with the light. But that doesn't mean I'm watching like somebody say the Lord is showing them something to see and tell. If I don't work my thing out, nobody can tell me that they are showing something. Because they told you the archangel, you can't show him anything. You the corrupt spirit. You can't show us anything as vision. I'm not under you. I'm not under you, or I'm not on your level. That is why the liar can only deceive some of you that you are watching. You say, oh, the Lord is saying, the Lord, you know, he's not the Lord that made the universe to that level. Or you say, oh, and you are here. I don't hear. But I hear only human beings. The world I've created, that's where I live. So I'm not living a life that you, the one who claim you are seeing, you are watching, that you are living. Then profit for you doing it is that you create fear. Because you are hearing a world that probably is beyond the human being. And yet, I, the one that I'm saying, I don't hear any spirit calling or talking or saying it. You are now saying I should be rather the mysterious one who you don't agree with that, except you say, I'm the one, they should say he's not in the visible. Look at how you're a liar. That's the way they're liar. Well, that's all right. So, you saw that when they have mentioned it as form of science and computer, you have the same word as you are now seeing the nature of the spirit, which is what? In the Titan. Well, that's all right. We break even. So my neck is not a rope that is tightened or my sack. I can never be a pastor. And I can never be what you are saying prophet, but I have all these things. That's all the qualities of the service. I am not called by them, not by them. They are the one deceiving you and taking money. So I am not the one to be in the place of suffering, dying for what they have said. They don't carry our vision. Whatever vision they have, that somebody else is saying to them, talk. The Lord is never talking to this. That's why we can prove the prophets who prophesy in the World Cup that some have made it and others fail. But you recognize the one who prophesy that it should be this, it will take them maybe to what? The stage that will be what? Towards the quarter-final or semi-final, whatever. And it didn't happen. So as it didn't happen, you have become a liar as the name Jesus have lied, as the name God have lied. Because all these people were bound what? The word prophecy. You prophesied. You didn't predict. Prediction comes with maybe something may change it. But with prophecy, you are saying the Lord profess as you profess it. So that he shouldn't say, but when he failed, then he had denied you. That he had become the Delilah in your life. He had become Judas because that's the game. You don't know it. That's all right. Thanks so much. We had a broadcast live here. Thanks. That's all right. Thanks.